You ever be smoking some fire and an amateur asks for a hit? If you smoke what I smoke, you would fall down in the hole. Cause the dope is too dope. Hit it and forget what it's called. Anytime that I go to a party and share, I put someone on the rest, and they thought they died. This joint was made for my tolerance, you might flatline. Don't try to smoke what the rapper smokes all the time. So if I don't pass it, I can't help it. I need all the joints in me, I guess I'm selfish. It's good for my mental, and you couldn't handle it. If I would've passed to you, you'd probably pass the fuck out quick. Think that you can handle, I don't wanna hurt you, I'm just trying to save you. Think that you can handle, I don't wanna hurt you, I'm just trying to save you. You ever see something so true that you couldn't unsee it? Something that you just knew would serve you. Whether it be self-awareness, plant medicine, a lover, a career. That's what we get down to here. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Spark up or don't, and enjoy the show. Glad you're here. And welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie,
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today, wow.
It's great to be back here with you, Ellevan. That pretty much sums up how the month went for us.
God. Okay, we haven't really seen you guys like this since before Can Expo.
I guess, or maybe just we did one after Can Expo, perhaps. I can't remember.
I don't even think so.
I think we had
Bless our guests, though.
Bless
we had
our
Jesse
guests.
Sing, Frankie Smoke.
Blunts and Beans.
Yeah. Who's our other comedian friend? Ashwin Singh.
Oh, yeah, we dropped that episode.
That's great. We had so much fun chatting with all our guests, but yeah, April was intense. April was super intense. I don't even know.
I know. We
haven't even
I think we were
discussed.
kind of even debating, we don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, isn't that the perfect thing? That's the great place to start, though. So, hello, family. Hello, people. Hello, Disciplined Stoners. And
I have something cool to start with that I learned about my book.
great. Yeah, let's say we're inspired to take the time right now to be in a regeneration phase after giving 100 and 300% in April. But we're still on the move. We're still in the hustle modality. We're still staying strong and showing up. But yeah, it was a costly April in the way of energetic and just like lessons and a lot of great moments, a lot of beauty in the storm. And everyone I talked to, because I want to get back to your book, but I didn't want to leave them totally fucking bare about our previous month. Everyone that we see from our Instagram and stuff who sees us on Instagram or whatever, they're like, yo, congrats, you're killing it. Like, I'm getting texts and calls like from the show. We did a great show in Edmonton.
Yes.
I drove across the country with my mom in the beginning of the month. And then I was in Vancouver, and I had a really great time in Vancouver. I went to Kind.
Yeah.
Went to Kind Gardens. So shout out everyone that I saw there, and that was a huge blessing. And
hooked up with Matchstick and went to the Woody Nelson party and
What more could you ask for?
connected with our friend Kate, who's a neuroscientist, and we're working on something for weed, and we're just having like a lot of productivity, and you forget sometimes how much that costs to put yourself in that sort of like self-demand of like constant output.
Well, you traveled a lot.
I traveled a lot, and
You were here less than you were everywhere else.
yeah, I was only here. I think I calculated a full 5 days in the month of April.
It would have been probably 8.
Well, whatever.
But
I
still,
don't think it was that much.
It was.
But well, we left for the show for Edmonton and then stayed your birthday.
I know, but between you getting back in New Brunswick, there was 5 days.
Okay, that's what I'm counting then. It's just crazy because I took a day to like decompress, but that was all a blur because I was processing trauma.
And laughing is how I process trauma. No, discomfort.
I showed up for all my promises though. We're earth signs. We're very like, if we say we're going to do something, we'll fucking do it.
We went to
Through
New
all the pain.
Brunswick.
Through all the pain, we stuck to it. Everything was like a make a best out of this situation, and I did fucking 10 out of 10 times.
Well, you were away. I got to spend time in our space by myself.
And I actually
that was
love
very
that.
good.
I
Yeah.
love that.
That was very good. We spent a lot of time together, and I haven't been alone in this space for a while, and so it was really great. It came with its own challenges, but I put in comedy work, that led to like a whole slew of bookings for May. So I'm just over here being a stand-up comedian this month, everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. And then we went to New Brunswick. You know who's also so fucking funny? Grower Joe.
Grower Joe, man.
He's so funny.
We got to hang out with the homie who's been on the show in person. I got to say, the East Coast love, getting picked up from the airport in Fredericton by Grower Joe as we're driving back to St. John so we could hang out and create for 420 and be guests on his big live stream. It was the most hospitality I've ever seen. It was just incredible. He picked us up with a cooler. His and
It
her
was just
dabs.
fucking cute.
Love this guy. He goes, his and her dabs preloaded, a bag of joints, like 6 beautiful pre-rolled joints, bags of chips, water bottles,
And
granola bars, fucking Prince.
Just to paint the picture.
Oh my God.
It was chips inside of a clear Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
Dad
like a bag of
chips.
Doritos.
Dad chips.
It was
home chips.
He did this for us.
Oh.
And that just like, I don't know, there's something about that
That
fucking
warmed my heart.
makes me want to cry.
I love that guy.
And I enjoyed those chips so
Thank you,
much.
Joe.
We had like an hour drive to his place.
I munched him up real quick.
And then
toasted him.
he had one of those granola bars. Fuck. Granola bars? I could eat like hundreds in a day, I think. I honestly.
Yeah, those ones with the chewy and the chocolate
Chewy?
coating, they're basically
Oh
a
my
chocolate
God.
bar,
It
but
is a
you kind of
chocolate
feel
bar.
like they're better. So I think that they process through your body better, buddy. Cruising.
That's cool.
Yeah. Basement Grow Show, I can't thank you enough, bro. And he took us into his space for 420. He has a beautifully renovated basement of his Basement Grow Show where he created his show and like blew up in. And it's so cool renovated. I'm like, this feels like exactly what I want to build, but like just in another climate. But like it's a professional like LA level fucking dope. You grow weed, you make content, you built a lounge basically. And he has like micro shots of cannabis, and it's just like you see trichomes and It's so fucking
beautiful.
cool.
It's so
And
fun.
We
loved it.
We got to meet Tommy.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out Tommy. Tommy grows nugs. Oh my God. Legendary quote from Tommy. Tommy's driving us to the airport. More Easterly love. God, it's like home. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Amazing. So grateful. And a fucking mallard duck chooses to probably end his life by hopping in front of his car. And he's doing us the kind favor of driving us to the airport. And the duck goes in front of his thing and fucking cracks his windshield a little bit. And we're like, oh shit. And then he just keeps on talking. He goes, oh, not gonna let her fuck up my day. Just like, oh my God. Legendary moment. Like, never will forget that moment. It's fucking gem. Tommy's just been through it all, man. He's not gonna let something like that fuck up his day. And
that's what happens when you go through a lot of shit and come out the other side. Is that like those little things that like bothered you at one point? You're like, nah, it doesn't. Why would I spend the time?
It's fucking deep wisdom, and I'm so grateful for it, and I play it in my head every day. I've just been in a lower vibration lately, and like fucking been awesome when I land on that, and Tommy makes me chuckle still. And
we had like kind of a cool experience at the Days in St. John.
Dude, it's fucking rad, dude. You know what? Travel. Do that shit.
So we get into our room.
Fuck it.
And our first reaction, I think we had just passed like a lot of people and it was a full travel day. And our first reaction, I think, was like a little underwhelming. And then we left and we were like, no, this is good. Like as we were leaving, we're like, this is good.
We made the choice to make the best of it.
Yeah.
We made the choice to try and perceive it as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went and had a great night. And then
I hung out with Joe.
When we got back, we were like, oh my God, this is way better than we thought it was.
Yeah, and everything was working out. And then we got up to check out the continental breakfast. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get some cereal and a croissant.
Yeah.
Fucking pancakes, sausages, hot coffee, orange juice, lemonade.
All free. Fuck yeah,
just
Jason.
Open lobby, just easy breezy.
They had a pool and a hot tub. And its cleanliness may have been like slightly questionable, but you want to do that for your body every now and again, you know?
It wasn't the Four Seasons in terms of cleanliness.
No.
It was almost, like public swimming pools or like community centers.
Yeah.
It was possibly closer to those lines.
And then we were going to go in the hot tub the last day, but when we went in there, this guy came up to us.
With not very many teeth left. I recall thinking in my head, it's interesting when you have less teeth than not. Like less than half, at that point when you only got two large fangs hanging from the bottom, and at any time it seems like you are the person that stumbles out of the dark woods in any fairy tale ever, and just like, and then so he gave us advice just like someone creeping out the dark woods would. And he's like,
he was like,
I'm not I'm not sure people just got sick.
like that. He warned us that the last couple people that were in the hot tub, they got sick.
And so I don't know if you want to go in there. It has nothing to do with my autistic grandson is in the main pool. And there's this 18-year-old got too tall too quick, 10 in his brain, but he's
I did not think we were
going
going to go into describing what was going on here.
I'm sorry, I went straight for it.
As you do.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a scenario, and those people are living their life too, and it's fine. There's somebody saying, hey, look at those Caucasian millennials in their hip-hop outfits making fun of me.
Trying to get in a nasty hot tub.
Yeah, and I just going first thing in the morning, just get my... I stacked up, on that breakfast. Oh, fuck. I was cereal, and then you pocket the milk, and then I get a coffee and an orange juice, And then
You got too many drinks. That was the problem.
I love the drinks though. I need all the drinks when I can. And then I got a lemonade to go for later because I wasn't sure if the machine would still be on.
But it was.
It was.
All
They just
day.
kept it open. All day refreshments. Shout out to Days Inn.
I don't
in
think
St.
they
John.
promote that, but they won't tell you no if you do it.
You know, if you just want to have a little midday lemonade, they're not going to bust your balls. But I took advantage. I took full advantage. And I'm
Listen,
grateful I did.
I would totally go there again.
If we go again, we'll go again.
Well, it's settled then.
We will go again.
The day's in.
Fucking
You know
party.
to expect us. Except, bro, like this guy keeps it so dank in the rooms, man.
She's worried that we're like, oh, they're going to think we were smoking. And I'm like, oh, that's true because even people at Airbnb.
Yeah,
like,
people
oh, you have
do.
such-
They smell
were you
dry
smoking in
flower,
here?
and they're like, "Oh, that's
like,
what weed smells like." But
No,
it's like,
I'm
bro,
just dank,
weed.
bro.
Like it smells like smoke, also though.
No, it doesn't.
It does a bit.
That's
Yeah.
fussy wassy wasabi.
Sometimes when I get to the studio, I'm like, "Fuck, I forgot to change my sweater."
But that's okay because it's cool to smell like weed. I love to smell
it doesn't smell like weed though. It smells like smoke.
Smoky situation, buddy. Okay, so tell about. Okay, so we're getting through. We're skipping past all the bad parts, and we're having a really good time here. We smashed it. You remember the lyrics? We did the Justin Timberlake song "Selfish" at Basement Grow Shows. Go check out
Yeah.
that
Oh my
remix.
God.
He's
Let
so
me tell
fucking
you
funny.
about this. Okay,
He's
so
so funny.
11. One of 11's superpowers is that he like gets things done. Like he just gets things done. When anyone else in their just like, let's say typical mind, they could be like, today's not like the right day, or like maybe I'm whatever being like pushing this upon people, whatever. No, gets it done. You have a project, you get it done. And he asked me and told me the night before that it would be cool if I did the lyrics, like sang them in the video.
Because I did the whole song and I was supposed to share it with her, but I'm like, but then she can lip sync it. She can perform it.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Cool. Sounds good. Like, I'll have time. And then we did do it a couple times. And I was like, cool. Yeah. If I do it a couple more times, then we'll be good. Like, you'll have bits and pieces that you are totally using.
I love this story so much.
And then, so he's getting everyone like prepped. We had Grower Joe. We had 420 Things Grow. 420 Grow Things. And Tommy.
Yep.
And that was all, I think. Yeah, in the video. And so 11's like getting them ready. They're getting prepped with their costumes. They're totally on board. I love it so much. Everyone's like joking around, having a great time.
The best.
And 11 puts on the song and then is basically like, okay, go learn it. like just like, come here, go learn it. Like, learn the song, listen to it over and over.
I went full director mode. I'm like, hey, my lead actor needs to know her lyrics. Like, I bet she doesn't because I wouldn't. I don't.
Okay, so a couple things happen for me in this moment. It makes me uncomfortable that any song would play over and over and again.
In a group of people.
But the fact that it's a song that like you made essentially, like, but we're together and it's our thing, like these Canna covers. I was mortified to continue playing this song over and over and over again as I'm learning it. And then the way that I learn lines and lyrics is by adding like emotion to it. And like, how am I going to act this out? What am I going to feel like during these lyrics? And so I'm battling this extreme anxiety of being like, I have to practice this song.
She's standing over in the corner.
I'm standing in the corner. I have to practice this song, and I have to learn these lines ASAP. Like, I can't be the one holding everybody up. And also, like, the more I listen to this song, the more anxiety is starting to build in my body. So I'm trying to be as efficient as possible.
She's just like standing against the wall, like.
So I'm like mortified, and I'm like standing against the wall, like over and over again, like fucking learning these lines, right? And adding my like, oh yeah. And then I like, there is one point where like I do fall into like the creativity of it eventually at one point. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm starting to get it. So there's relief because soon I'll be able to turn this song off. Like there's, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the corner
That's the
by
process.
myself, just fucking doing my thing. And like, if I don't pass it, whatever, I can't help starting to do the moves that I'm going to do in the song.
Yeah.
And then we get through it. Okay. We do it. You film, director extraordinary.
You nailed it.
I've got the lyrics. I figured it out, especially by the last take.
She crushed it. We'll put it here. Boom, done.
The boys were so good.
They're so funny.
And like killed it, and everyone had like a shining moment in it. And it was so much fun. Okay, fast forward to later that evening. Joe brings up me practicing the song, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck you were doing.
He's like, you're in the corner.
You were in the corner, but I was just like, okay, like I'll just like let her do her thing. And this is my worst nightmare, everybody.
Is that he later mentioned what Winnie is scared of people thinking, because he's like,
I told Ellevan later, I was like, I brushed it off at the time. I was like, ha ha ha, yeah, I was learning the lines. And then later I told him, like, I am mortified.
He just thought that she was like,
that he looked at me in that moment when I was learning my lines, and he was like, what? I don't know these fucking guys. I invited them over to my house. Like, now she's like talking to herself in the corner and like really getting down. And this is my worst.
She's turned her back.
Yeah, I'm not engaging with anybody for like 15, 20 minutes, guys. Oh my God.
That was awesome. Oh, fuck.
But that happens sometimes. You're doing something and people perceive it in the way that only they can know how. That's like total, like, and I don't have any control over that. Like, I still got to get it done. Otherwise, that's what I said to myself. I was like, as uncomfortable as I am right now, like learning these lines in front of this group of guys on 420, I'm going to be more embarrassed and uncomfortable if I don't know the lines.
Straight up.
We don't fuck, and we don't get the shot.
We
right?
need this video done too. And like, everybody was like cool, as you said, and got down. But Ralph is cute. But like, yeah, still, it was like, I was stretching the moment. Like, Joe was like, so do you guys want to make a video? And I was like, yeah, all right, you over there, and we'll start here. And I'm like, when do you learn your lines? And I like synced up my phone to the Bluetooth and got it going. I did go into full producer-director mode. But, so I was grateful that you knew the lyrics so we could nail it, so it didn't feel like I was fucking holding court, you know?
Yeah, and Grower Joe's alter ego, Barry.
He's like, actually, we were playing the beat, and he's like, is this a song? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, sexy song. And he starts like, this is being hilarious. And Barry.
Yeah, that circles back to where this all started, was that he's hilarious and should probably be a stand-up comedian.
And like, you can see in the video his timing.
Oh my God.
Like everything, his timing is so
funny.
perfect. Like, it lands with the camera so well.
We're a fan of you.
Yeah. It's
If
a
you don't
pleasure to be
know
your friend,
Basement
because
Grow Show,
we're
go
also
check
just
him
a
out.
fan. Yeah, and we joined their live stream that had High Again on it. And
we were partying in
Homebrew.
Tommy's basement. It was so much fun. We took that crazy dab, and it wasn't even all of them. Well, it was 3 still, so it was still a fucking lot.
And Tommy's wife played like violin, like fiddle.
After I took that dab, those 3 dabs in one, we
Yeah.
took it together. So I guess it was only 1.5.
Go see Homegrow TV. On his YouTube channel. We did it at the 420 mark.
I was like, when you just need to be silent.
Yeah, when you get that high, when you're like,
yeah. And everything, you can tell everything that's going on, but you just can't really engage too much with it.
yeah, you're there,
Yeah.
but you're not there.
And you're not afraid.
No.
Because sometimes you get too high and you're like, fuck, we're going in for a green out. But this was so high, but I was just like, oh
I'm looking around. I feel so fortunate to be connected to these brands around us, like Topia, shout out. Fucking Woody Nelson, shout out. Prohibition Flower, Frankie Smoke. We even got these cups from Fisher's Finest. I look around my life often, and I'm like, weed gave me these people. Weed gave me these things. Crush grinders right here. Oh yeah, this was from the Karma Cup. That's a limited edition from the Karma Cup.
I also just
shout out Sarah's been on
really
the show.
quickly want to say that that was really nice to get back to some gratitude.
Oh, thank
Being
God.
grateful, like truly grateful, because sometimes when I say like, oh, I'm grateful for running water, for example, here, take this.
You're kind of patronizing yourself a little bit, tiny bit.
Well, I know intellectually that I am grateful for water. I actually am. But there's a different feeling when you connect it to like what we just experienced, which is like I got to relive some of these funny moments with Joe, and they were so lovely. And then you cultivate this actual feeling of gratitude inside you.
Yes.
And it feels so good.
It does sparkle. It feels like a mimosa in sunshine. It feels like brunch on a Sunday. Sorry.
It was nice to reflect on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because it's
Gratitude.
easy when you have a hard month, a hard day, a hard week, to run back the hard parts of it, right? Instead of the really good parts of it.
That's really true. Sorry, I had to throw this in there too for other friends. How did I miss this one? H-Jar.
So cool.
Our buddies Corey.
How we doing? Oh, 49.
49.
That's not bad.
Man, yeah, and T. Appreciate you guys. H-Jar folks, Edmonton.
They tell you where your humidity is at.
Yeah, on the
of
top.
your product.
We're at
So-
49, and the temperature and humidity.
Yeah, and I just checked it with our temperature here, and it's even slightly more accurate.
Wow.
This is than that.
Wow.
Yeah, because it doesn't have points on this one. It just rounds up to the nearest 5.
That's so
But this
cool.
one was like 0.7.
Yo, shout out. Go check out a H-Jar for yourself. Keep your weed the perfect temperature and perfect humidity. Love that. A lot of good people in this game creating things that will make your experience better.
What are you smoking on, Ellevan?
You know, I went and bought some. We needed a half ounce. I just wanted a fresh little legal market half ounce. And I went to our friends at Cosmic Charlie's and picked up Chronic Relief Island Pink.
And that's what we're smoking right now. And
Yeah.
we smoked one before the show, and it was
It's
lovely.
nice. It's nice. Shout out Steven.
Nice buds, too. Like, nice, like, really, there's a good kind of spongy feeling going on with these buds.
Solid. Won't disappoint. No,
Really nice taste and smoke. Really
Humulene.
nice taste.
Humulene.
Yeah, we love that. I
We
love
love
that.
that.
I love humulene.
That's a terp. If you guys aren't familiar with terps, make sure you're checking out your terps in your weed, and you can trace which ones work best with your system and your brain. That's what it's all about. That's the aiming factor in cannabis. It's been such a fun journey to learn. Like, I remember wishing I knew more about weed, and then being able to ask all these questions and like see it firsthand thanks to friends that we've made because of the show. It's been so sick. And then I can just always reference someone. It's just like amazing community of scientists, engineers, and trial and error G's. Like Ben, like he learned how to build all this stuff from YouTube videos. Yeah.
What?
He's setting up like irrigation. He's setting up like fans, temperature control.
What?
He's literally a engineer building and leading a team. Like, and he like did it himself from like YouTube videos and trial and error and taking losses. And you gotta have a good attitude to take L's. Fuck. So that's any game. You gotta be a boss.
Okay, so what I've learned in my book, like a nice takeaway that from this book that I've been reading.
I'm getting high.
I think we're at 9 weeks now, folks, that I've taken. I'm just being honest with how long it takes me to read an actual fucking book.
Thank you for that, because when people say, "Yeah, I read a book in a week," I'm like,
no, our
"What?
friend,
Are you in university?"
Our friend Matt has read like 60 books already this year.
Good for you, Matt.
I find that absolutely insane. But
No, for real,
anyways,
good for you.
I have to sit with concepts, and reading is, when do we read? Are you a reader? Put it in the comments below. When do you read? What time? When's the proper time to read?
Do you only read headlines and comments and descriptions, or do you read books?
Yeah, well, that's a whole thing. Anyways. Okay, so what a takeaway that I've been really kind of playing around with, but haven't implemented at all. So just so everyone knows. Are we good?
Yeah, I don't know why I started doing that.
Okay, so they tell you to get a friend. Okay, first step, get a
So,
friend.
Jesus, first of all, we got to talk about how to get a friend. How do you get a friend?
And then every day, you're going to give yourself your categories that mean something to you. Okay, so for me, it would be like
I like it a lot.
family, career, and I would probably break that up into a few.
Is this a strategy on how to get a friend?
No, this is the next step. Because
hold on.
You and your friend are going to do this.
We passed how to get a friend already?
Yeah, that wasn't part of this.
Is there a key to that curriculum?
I think people just click. So if you feel that click with someone, like in a friendship way, just follow that.
If you both like Tupac.
Okay, back to this. Okay, health, or family, health, career, relationship. Most likely that. Like, so a couple of things, right? Categories, as many as you want. Probably shouldn't be more than like 10,
60.
just in terms of like complicating things. And then you're going to give
Imagine
yourself...
if you had like 38 categories. Yeah, but I also can't forget about cleanliness.
And then you're going to give yourself a score. Jesus Christ. It's been this, it's fucking friends, it's coughing. I can't get through this fucking story.
Sorry.
Okay. Chill the fuck out. Okay. So you choose categories. That means something to you.
I just want to learn how to get friends.
Yeah, I mean, you should. And then you score yourself out of 10 on how well you attempted to build within that category.
I guess it's just because I'm too complicated.
So not did I check everything I wanted to get off of my list, but more did I tend, or did I choose to tend to these categories today? And I think that this is a brilliant way to get people to stay accountable to themselves, because I haven't even been doing this checklist at the end of the night, and still in my head, just by knowing this information, I'm making different decisions throughout my day. I'm like, oh, should I call? Should I not call? Well, at the end of the day, I'm going to give myself like a 0 if I don't attempt something, right? It's an attempt. And it's such an easy thing to attempt to do something without worrying about the outcome. So I that really stuck with me. I think it is a practice that I'm going to explore and implement for a while and see what happens.
I love that. I love when you read books, you enrich our lives with the lessons learned from those books.
Well,
you're a gem finder, you're a key finder.
I think you told me a quote, something that Humble said that was like...
I probably did, because I'm a key finder too.
We have experts. We have access to experts in books this thick.
Oh,
And you.
No, that's another quote. That's somewhere else.
Okay, well, I love it.
There's another quote from Humble that it's not a quote, but just like he's like he wants to find the most excited person about that thing. Yeah, I know experts. That's another
Anyways,
quote.
we have access to experts
quote.
on things, and they put it into these dense little things, and then we can gain all of their like top, like
you
all
perceive
of the
their
stuff
lessons,
that
all the
they
value.
were like, this is what.
This is valuable.
This is the shit.
It'd be good. This would be good to know.
Yeah, and then you just read a book and you get that, and you get to choose what you leave and keep.
It's an ultimate like third dimensional loophole almost to gain more knowledge.
We're so lucky.
I wish.
Do you have a local library? I'm talking to you out there. Do you go to it? That's where I have the best library here.
That sounds so boring to someone like me.
Well, Bob fucking, who's the guy?
What is Bob now?
Robert. No, Bob. Who's
Bobby?
Bob? He's an
Bob.
inspirational speaker,
Bob.
and
Robbie?
he's from the olden days.
Robert. Bob Proctor?
Nope. Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn.
Yeah.
That's what you need a lesson from Jim Rohn.
Always.
Because
He fucking
was the
peckers
one
me
who
up,
told
man.
me to go to the library, and he was like, but people won't do it. They won't do it. You know why? We don't know. 3% of people will do it, and the rest will not do it. We're not sure why. Are you going to be one of those 3% that can get a free library card and go find information that you want that will enrich your life, or not?
It's fucking gangster. He's like, it's free.
He's like,
It's incredible.
yeah,
Well,
he has a
here's the
whole
thing.
thing on it.
I love the.
He's a comedian.
He's amazing. Shout out Jim Rohn. If you don't know about him, go check it out. I love libraries, but I learn with audio.
Yeah, for
Best.
sure. I don't.
So if I needed books, the library would be the spot. But YouTube got it for me. I'm a little bit more of a new age mind kind of.
Even when I'm riding my bike and I have my headphones in
Yeah.
and I'm listening to something that interests me,
I'm taking in audiobooks.
I will literally find myself off on a tangent in my own head while there is someone talking in my ears, and I'll be like, holy shit, I haven't heard the last probably 90 seconds of this lecture. Audio does not work for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to really concentrate. I kind of have to really concentrate with visuals too. Kind of just have to concentrate when I'm learning.
That's good. Audio flows right in. I'm right with it. Right easy. Right fun.
Makes sense.
But when I do read, something about it hits different. I do recall Think and Grow Rich. I think I often pick up and read like a couple pages out most frequently. And when I read it, it's like, oh, there's something like dazing. There's dazzling structure. You can almost argue that the finessing of the sentence and how intentionally it's written is as important as the material it's conveying. Like
Absolutely.
how this is phrased brings you to the world, and you start to piece things together with that formula. It presents you a communicative formula so you can perceive the world in a new way. Every time you read it, even if you read it like 10 times, I'm sure on the 11th it'll be another way. Something in there will hit you. I love it. Fuck.
I'm sure that would happen with audiobooks if you listen to them 10 times.
Totally. Artist Seduction on that second run now. I touch back on books. I'm reading a couple audiobooks at the same time.
Listening.
Yeah.
Or taking in.
Take it in.
Taking in books.
Yeah.
You take in a book.
Mm-hmm. Whatever way you decide. I think we're on this camera only now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think this one's done because I didn't
welcome,
really charge
Welcome to this camera.
it. Welcome to our side camera.
I'm
Look,
somehow
how's
getting
the angle?
worse at accents.
Are you just have to practice them?
I know, but
What has been your favorite thing about May so far?
Oh boy.
What's now? What's happening
Okay.
now? Have you had any yam fries?
One of my favorite things about May so far was that we got the same flight attendant
Oh my gosh.
that upgraded us from our Florida trip back to Toronto. She took care of us on this flight as well. And that was
Sonia, you total sweetheart.
WestJet, Sonia, y'all got to give her a raise.
What? She should lead all of...
Seriously.
She should be the person who tells airline attendants how to be with people. She's not a pushover.
No.
By any means.
She's very strong, but she
She's
does it with
professional.
like this sort of
Charm.
a type of charm where you're not like feeling like, oh, don't tell me what to do. You're like, okay, I'll do it for
This
you.
is fabulous. Yes.
It's like, yes, I'll do it for you.
And she's just so kind and so sweet. So Sonia, shout out. I hope you watch the show. I gave you a sticker.
That was very special.
That was very special. We feel very blessed by you. And yeah, WestJet,
course,
cherish your
seeing-
good people.
I flew a kite. I bought a kite with my nephew.
This
I bought
was
a
so
kite here
heartwarming.
in Toronto.
And balled out on it too.
Shout out Toy Factory.
Support your
on
local
Queen
toy
Street.
shop.
You must have walked by it today after Cosmic Charlie's.
I must have.
And it was a dinosaur kite.
It was a very nice
And I
kite.
got to spend a little bit of time kiting with him, and he's the fucking coolest.
That's
so-
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my. Oh, well, that was still in May. Oh no, that would have been in April, I guess. So, but that was one of the highlights of April then.
There you go. So yeah, there was a lot of good, and yeah, just treats, little glimmers of positive love, like Sonia being on our plane back, and just little winks, little positive winks, and
I've had fun. I hosted a comedy show.
yeah, you've been getting right back at it.
You've been the most supportive throughout the night. If there was an award for most supportive, it would be you, kind sir. Thank you so much. Round of applause for this gentleman.
We got one more comedian for you coming to the stage.
Stand-up comedy queen.
Yeah, but I don't host very often, and I thought that show went pretty good.
It's a
So,
different skill, isn't it?
completely different.
It's a hard job.
Like when we were watching that roast last night, I was like, I felt for Kevin a couple of moments, but overall, he fucking killed it. Like there were a couple moments where he had to kill time. You could tell that's what was happening. He
You-
was being communicated with.
You gotta be solid, and you can't take that. You can't fake that. So
Yeah.
You can't fake that. Kev got bars.
And like I didn't even really care for his I don't care for his stand up too much, honestly, but like he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's good on the fly. I
Yeah.
think Kev's stand up is a little bit like, for me, like J. Cole's bars. It's simple. It's simple, and I love and I respect them both. But literally the vocabulary is simple.
I think he's just funnier as an actor, honestly.
Anyway, who the fuck are we to talk about someone's great process and how they may approach things?
He did a great
myself
job
mainly.
last night. I'm just saying
He
that
crushed it.
like I don't think all comedians are hosts, like myself included.
Yeah, no,
It's a different skill set.
Kev's almost better. You're saying
As a
like
host.
as like a personality.
Because he could just take
or-
from like other people. He talked to everyone. He talked about everything, and he did a pretty funny job in doing so. Like,
Well, he is like really reactive. Like he's brilliant to just what. And-
Yeah.
But every time he came back, he had something
Yeah.
fresh. Like that was.
yeah, that was on the fly stuff.
Yeah, like that
Which
was
is
my
like
favorite.
so
I'm like,
scary because you're live on Netflix. Like
it's the hardest thing to do. That's the hardest thing to do. And that's why,
100%.
as a freestyle artist, I'm like, I actually respect that the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was saying about a stand-up, I don't want to sound like a diss, but I'm saying that this freestyling was so impressive that I'm like, oh yeah, I almost forgot who you were. You know, like when someone gets so famous, like Jerry Seinfeld level famous, you forget that, like, oh yeah, this guy can like stand there and fuck around.
Yeah.
Like he came through. Like, yeah, that's cool. It's good to see. It's nice. It's big of him to put himself in that situation. I think like him being part of the roast franchise, I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's good news for everyone. What?
What are we talking about again? Sorry, I just...
Kevin Hart in the roast battles. Because we don't talk about other people so much. So it's really hard to find...
Okay, I wanted to say, you brought up Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Wanted to say, there's a Seinfeld show also, movie that we watched that is hilarious. That Pop-Tart movie, that Kellogg's movie.
Holy shit. Everyone was in that.
Everyone was in it. It was so visually awesome, and the storyline was fantastic, and I thought it was brilliant. Brilliant movie.
Absolutely.
And then you also brought up someone else that I wanted to say something about, but I can't remember now.
J. Cole?
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say, speaking of disses.
Yep. Drake and Kendrick.
Oh, my God. Who else?
Soap opera.
I mean, it's so crazy, actually, that you haven't done, like, one of those, like, videos that talk about it, or, like, reaction videos.
I just don't really like reaction videos. Just like how it felt yucky even talking about Kevin Hart just then.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you talk about any part of anyone's flaws whatsoever, it seems like you don't appreciate their overall brilliance. And that's not true.
That's very nice.
It's hard to, like, generally put things down. Here's what I got to say about it. Never dipped on your sick side. You knew Drake was always going to have a strategy. Kendrick's going bub, 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 bub. But you're loaded with false information. They must have been howling. Like the whole, like, using the cover art from a mole. It seems almost too good. It seems like I hope they got together and just cooked this up themselves and threw this whole, spin on the game. Like, this is the WWE moment for hip hop. And, like, yeah, J. Cole licked off a shot quick and then just said, no, fuck that, I want love. Okay, y'all have it out. And they just fucking gave us a world-class show. This brewed so much creativity and so many streaming numbers, and the people doing reactions and reviews making money, and just this huge boost in, like, art being the center for a minute. And I think, like, last night one of Drake's security members got shot outside his house. So it's like Kendrick didn't come back with a diss. That seems to be
Is he okay?
I don't know. But, like, California, if you beat them, same with, like, when Pat Stay fucking destroyed the game. Like, the game didn't reply, and just, like, it seems all too coincidental that everything went down so recently. I mean, rest in peace, respect.
Yeah.
But just, like, holy.
Yeah, we don't
like,
want it to go there.
Don't get so violent,
we
guys.
really
like,
actually want it absolutely not to go there.
We
just
want to
because
keep it creative.
Yeah, like, there is such a...
Come back if you're such a great artist. Come back.
I think, like, acting...
They did great.
Some type of... I think
But rap-
acting used to be in the Olympics, or, like...
Rap is dangerous. It always has been.
Yeah. That's kind
of like a nature of it, too. But, I mean, It's good he has security, I guess, for sure. And
did you ever think when it felt like...
Shit is crazy.
Before Drake came out with his last thing, did it feel like, ooh, Drake, this is tough for Drake? Did it feel like, oh man, this is really rough?
When Kendrick's...
Like, to be a Drake fan on Drake's side, yeah, when Kendrick's stuff dropped.
When Kenny was in the lead,
yeah.
Perceivably. Because push-ups kind of... So, okay, for those who don't know, let me give you a quick chronology of what happened. End of March, Future and Metro Boomin dropped a really dope album. And Kendrick Lamar had a feature on this song called Like That. And Kenny called out, fuck the big three, it's just big me. And kind of shots fired finally, clearly at Drake and J. Cole. And so J. Cole added a song to his album that he later deleted. Funny, because the album is called Might Delete Later. And he put 7-minute freestyle that was just like a fucking banger track, and you can just feel the natural kindred spirit between aggression and hip-hop, and it fits so well. It's such a nice shade on a rap track is aggression and or clever angrily pointed bars. And then so he removed that, and then Rick Ross jumped on the doggy pile of kind of kicking at Drake, and dropped a song that brilliantly just promoted his car show. So he's like, I'm gonna make money off this too. Let me promote my champagne.
I like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you feel the way about someone, it's like, well, get your money. At the end of the day, we're all looking at, honestly, black millionaires making art. And I'm like, that's fucking sick. For the minute of the world, just to be good. Go fucking prosper. But back to the chronological droppings. And at that point, I believe Drake was already suited and booted and ready to drop Push-Ups, which absolutely murdered everything as a song. And everyone could feel it. And it immediately did very well and sparked a huge to Kendrick, which he seems like the kind of biggest, baddest wolf at this point. And he comes at Drake with like all fury for 48 hours and drops 4 tracks in a row, to which Drake replies with the song Family Matters. And it's like 3 songs in one. There was also... Drake did this song that had like an AI version of Snoop Dogg and Tupac like talking to Kendrick that you can like tell Drake penned, and like fed it to AI machine or like performed it, and they switched it to their voices, and then Drake takes the 3rd verse. So it was a very interesting display of art and combative art. And we got to say that it felt like Drake was up until Kendrick dropped some very fishy, accusatory stuff and brilliantly utilized perspective in his songwriting in the song called Meet the Grahams. It was part of the slew of the 48 hours of like dropping 4 tracks. So he used art very well to kind of nudge towards the lead, and then he dropped this track with a mustard beat, like mustard on the beat, and it's just called Not Like Us, and it's just it bumped so hard that it put Kendrick in the lead very clearly. And then Drake came out with the ultimate defense track. I wouldn't say that it aggravated anymore, but it was an ultimate clearing his name by decrediting, by saying, Kendrick, all of your accusations were based on false information that we fed you because you were saying I had a mole. No, my mole is like, you were taken here. And that's just fucking, it was such a brilliant way to maneuver that. And I'm just like, even when it seemed like Kendrick was in the lead, I was still just like, basically like, nah, like 6 said. Like I stand by Push-Ups then. But no doubt, man, that they not like us. They not like us. Let me do my stuff. No doubt that they're both incredible artists. No doubt that everyone just got a fucking treat in a WWE moment. And it's everyone want. I just hope that it stays creative and not with bullets.
I'm like, you're only the best for like
a period of time,
200 years max. Do you know what I mean? Like plus legacy, I'm talking.
I mean, I think that the impact too that like these artists have had is goes so far past needing any. You don't need to fight or really justify. I think that they just kind of had fun.
I so badly want. I hope someone's writing this. Like, I hope this is a screenplay. Yeah, it's just too awesome.
It's so awesome.
It's too awesome for it not to be a beautiful 100-minute story. Like, maybe 110, I think That would be so cool. But probably it needs a lot of time and space. But then someone will like play Drake. Like in the future, there's going to be like a young actor. And he's going to play Drake in this movie. Like, that's so cool.
Fuck, it is. It's true.
It's wild. But very fun. And
Yeah, we're definitely living in times.
we're living in times. I enjoy the times that we're living in, which, oof, that seems like a crazy statement to say
Uber
when you
Eats.
think of.
We
But
got Uber Eats first. We got Uber first. Remember growing up without Uber? You can send your kid somewhere.
yeah,
and track it.
I don't love Uber.
If we had a teenager, you'd love Uber.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I remember delivery being like a cool thing, like a special thing, you know.
Oh, remember getting delivery like KFC?
KFC, like pizza delivery,
And you
okay,
would tip the delivery.
Chinese delivery. Like we'd have their menus in our junk drawers.
Yeah.
You
Remember
know,
that?
that was so nice. We took more time for things. We've just gotten more and more efficient. And the Greg Braden podcast, guest, the podcast was Know Thyself, but Greg Braden was on it.
Greg Biden's on a podcast.
And he was basically saying like we're wanting to merge with technology. Like there's literally people who like want to put chips in their baby's brains or something. We're wanting to merge with technology so we can become more efficient by eliminating the things that literally make us human, like our empathy. Because that, like, you know what I mean? So like when
We have to use our divinity.
yeah.
We have to, in order to move forward to full capacity or manage that responsibility, we have to honor ourselves first. So we have to get past the matter-based universe. So basically it's an argument for Newtonian physics to quantum physics, and that will have to deal with spirit.
So meditate.
Prepare yourself to communicate with interdimensional beings as well as aliens, off-Earth people, you would consider them. But,
Well, that's what Bashar was saying today too.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting tuned into too.
We're getting prepared to.
It's on the rise.
I just want that
We're
so
gonna be
bad.
Cool. It's gonna be cool.
I want
Big bird people here be like, "What's up?"
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
And they'll love my raps because they're just like vibrational rhythms. Talk with it, squawk with it, y'all get it. 5 minutes, vibe with it. I'm in it. Can you tune in to be cool? Yeah, nod with it. They don't fucking have the known lyrics make sense. They're just like, haha, I feel you.
Yeah.
That's why I love like different language rap too. Japanese rap, French rap.
And it seems cool because they're not. I don't think they're gonna come here until like we're cool.
Well,
You know what I mean?
they know, they can predict, I think, or whatever, who's ever managing the threshold of unveiling this to us is like, whenever their consciousness is at a level I think of, but look, they're still fighting each other.
Yeah. Whatever. It'll
Stop
be
being
fine.
like animals for a minute. But we made guns. Oh, man.
We're exploring as human beings. We can't knock that either, right?
Is eating meat murder?
Probably.
But Ralph likes it.
Well,
I feel less depressed when I eat steak.
until you start feeling more depressed because too much steak.
Ooh.
That's just what it
bars
is.
from your mama.
Don't eat steak every day.
Don't
Just
eat steak every
don't
day.
do that.
As of today, I've eaten steak every day for 2 days.
Well, that's okay. But for
Okay.
the next couple days, don't eat steak.
But what if I get steak tomorrow? What if Ben calls me and says, "Do you want to go?" What if I get a call? What if someone invited me to the king?
Well, eventually, like if you do that 7 days in a row,
What if someone shows up with beautiful, perfect ribeye?
yeah, You're gonna start to feel bad. At one point, you have to say no.
How? Fine. How good did it feel to rock the crowd in Edmonton at the Moon?
They were
Blunts
so
and Beans?
great. I told
All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad you had that good of a time. That a case of specific scenarios came bursting to your mind. And thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next episode. Much love. Subscribe and tell a friend.
I really appreciated the audience. Okay.
All right, see you later then.
Island Pink, Chronic Relief.
I'm just kidding. Hold on. Tell us. How did you like it? How'd you feel?
No, that's so funny.
I boinked my head. I got a whole story with the Blunts and Beans experience too.
Are we done the podcast or aren't we?
No, we are. We'll get into the rest another time.
Yeah, it was great. It was so great. We're so lucky.
The show
I'm so
was
grateful
amazing.
for it. The show was amazing.
Fucking-
The crowd was amazing. Blunts and Beans puts on a hell of an event.
We were treated. It was amazing. It was
Shout out
beautiful.
the Moon.
Everything. Shout out the Moon.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Mandy, for
you.
coming through. Nick Carefoot came through. Wild.
Yeah.
Love that. Got
And
to meet
just
a bunch
like
of cool
the
people.
Alberta
Shout out-
scene
Yeah, I was going to say the
is-
people that we met in Edmonton. Beautiful, awesome people.
Yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah.
Cool. They have a good thing going on there, and I'd like to see that.
It always feels like home when you feel like the stoners.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that vibe. Zell
It's a
was
good,
there.
Good community. Yeah, it was fucking great.
Yeah.
I wish.
Mana was there, Jen.
Love you.
Yeah.
We're not saying that yet, but it's true. That's how I feel about you.
And I'm whipping down the streets on my brand new skateboard. I'm a Russian mercenary, and I gotta go Johnny a skateboard. I be going down, down, down the hill. What are you rushing for? Man, don't push my board. When I kick the start, push the start, I kick the push. Yeah, breaking your back if you ever touch my luxurious. You ain't never heard of his wheels. Let me get on this and show you how I feel. I dip down the side, yeah, like I flip the hill. I keep flipping still, live on my heel and still. I come back so hard, just like I made it still.
We are Russia. We skateboard and do reggae. Is this a Russian accent? Or am I really just ruining my career?
So I be fucking cruising on my luxury skateboard. I got so many Russian reggae friends, they're everywhere, but I'm down to make more, make more. I be on the beach walking, the girls want to stop and talk to me. And she said, are you the son of that other Russian guy that started Rocky 3? Big motherfucker on the skateboard coming with the Russian luxury. I look so smooth and so chill, but so jacked and so Russian, no one fucks with me. On the skateboard, I go down the hole, shut up, it's still my turn. I have a luxurious skateboard, but it's so hard to turn up.
We are Russia. But we're relaxed. We are Russia. But we take it easy. We are Russia.
And something else also I was gonna say that I can't remember now.
Homie giving us like 5 types of weed and large pre-rolls before he left.
I know.
Sweetheart. Sweet people.
Yeah,
Spandy,
just
Carefoot.
great experience.
Yeah, I was like, the sound was good.
Sound was great.
I was like worried about the sound going in for some reason, but it's like, it was great.
And I was even mean to one person by accident.
Were you?
doing crowd work? Yeah.
You feel bad.
I
Don't feel
apologized
bad.
afterwards.
Don't feel
I'm
bad
just
for
new
crowd
at
work.
crowd work.
What did you do? What did you say?
I don't remember, something like,
I bet it wasn't that mean. I bet you're just being too hard on
oh, that's so
yourself.
nice. But crowd work, I'm still working on it, guys. We're only 2 years deep here, okay?
I know what you mean. I told someone to shut up in the front row,
Yeah.
and she was so sweet.
Why is it like that?
Because it's all smoky from the smoke. Island Pig.
It was a dream come true. Why are you doing this?
I don't know. I like
Don't
fire.
show the people that you do this. He doesn't do this usually.
Yeah, I do.
It was so great. Yeah, it looks like the Alberta scene is fucking rocking, and I'd like to be there more, and I'm super grateful that we got that.
Yeah, that's lit. So, yeah. Shout out, smoke weed, be good to people. Sorry, I was late and all this.
I know.
Yeah, love you
Have
guys.
steak just only a couple times a week.
So good. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. And let me tell you something. When you give this video a little like, and even if you'd be so kind as to toss a comment,
Yeah, who made it to the
helps.
end? If you made
if
it
you're
to
still
the
here,
end,
put something.
just so we know.
Put some gold
honestly.
stars, or put type I made it to the end.
Yeah. Put type.
Alright.
I can't wait for next week.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. You ever see something so true that you couldn't unsee it? Something that you just knew would serve you. Whether it be self-awareness, plant medicine, a lover, a career. That's what we get down to here. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Spark up or don't, and enjoy the show. Glad you're here.